fucking just do it. Like I think I've taken that to heart where it's like just do it.
I was thinking it's like those TikToks where it's like just do it, take the jump. And it's just like, nope, that's not for your side of TikTok.
Wrong side of TikTok. Wrong side of TikTok.
Yeah.
Keep scrolling. Find the cat video.
What things have that algorithm? Jesus Christ.
All right. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Angle. Same bitch.
What?
Welcome to the podcast, everybody. New angle, same bitch, apparently. New episode, same idiots. I am your host today. What episode is this? 24? 24.
21. Can you do something for me? 21.
That was 3 episodes ago. Oh my God.
He sounds more like that than I do.
Anyway, welcome. This episode is gonna be kind of like it's the last one of the year. So yeah, it's gonna come out. What is that? The 27th. So
oh yeah,
what's it called? Happy New Year to everybody.
So we'll see you next year.
We'll see you. I hate you so much. I was about to
Our
say
Christmas was amazing.
Yeah.
I looked up.
I probably won't remember it.
It's the 21st.
I probably won't remember it, but it was great.
The 21st.
We are recording
4 more days till Christmas.
We
are very horny for Christmas. We're waiting. We're excited.
You said you're horny for Christmas?
I didn't. My brain. I just woke up from a nap. That's the first thing that I went to.
Nope.
Horny.
Yeah.
Anyway, Lee happened to have a very interesting dream.
We
are going to talk about it. I know it's not today,
very,
but
very long
you
time.
said
that's how you want to open the conversation.
Yeah, it's funny as fuck. So I want to know. I want to know more. Go.
I had a dream about vagina, and it wasn't about just normal vagina. I had a dream about eating vagina. It wasn't just normal eating vagina. My ass is just very weird and kinky. It involved eating in public in a pool with one other chick next to her. I don't even know who this person was. I think it was a brunette. She's very pretty.
Oh.
I did my job right because I usually do.
Okay. Do you guys honestly have like
clean the plate?
What?
Mm-hmm. Nothing left over. Not for seconds.
You guys honestly have sex dreams often? Like
no.
I'm trying to think of the last time I had one, and I want to say it was like probably like maybe 2 months ago.
I think that was my last one, and that was maybe like a month ago. Not even a month ago. Maybe like 3 weeks ago. It wasn't like super long ago, but it wasn't like super recent. Like I don't consider 3 weeks recently, but I don't know. Some people are.
That's recent. Yeah.
But I'm like thinking about all the other dreams I've had and all the other
your time frames. Really.
Well, I think about all the other shit I've thought of since then, and it's like way.
I remember one.
Or just.
I think this was like maybe like 4 or 5 months ago or something.
Oh, okay.
Like that. You guys have days?
No, I thought you were gonna say I was like 4 years old. I was like,
oh no.
I was like half paying attention. My bad. What's up?
That's like the last time I had like maybe a sex dream, and it was like I think it was like me getting a blowjob, and that was it. There was nothing creative.
Did you create?
That's it. No. You know, I've never actually had a wet dream.
That's what I was thinking
I've never had like.
I've never like. I think I know maybe like 2 or 3 people who have like out there admitted that they did. You guys know one of them.
There's so many weird people that we know that it could literally be any one of.
Well, you guys know one of them. But anyways, yeah, he just openly said it. And we're like, that's cool. He's like, yeah, I had to clean my sheets. I was like, yeah, I would.
I'm just gonna say it sounds like Miguel. If it was not Miguel, oh my god. Okay, sorry, Miguel.
That's so awesome.
Sorry for guessing.
Don't throw Miguel's name out like that.
I mean,
it just sounds like a Miguel thing.
It'd either be Miguel or me, or Joseph.
There you go. Out of fuck it. Joseph, if you're listening to this, we're gonna remember about your.
Love you, Joseph.
Talking about your wet dream.
That's funny.
The kid.
Oh yeah.
It's cute. This kid's cute. He went to they went to go do their Christmas photos.
And
I was like, no, cute. That's cute.
That's so awesome.
Lee just hates on everyone else's happiness.
I am 100% that friend that when you call them and tell them, "Oh my god, I'm having a kid," I wait for you to say another thing afterwards, like, or your tone. If it's just, "Oh, we're having a kid," then it's like that. I can't react. I can't react to that because if it's just a dry tone, there's no excitement or there's no disparity. Then it's like,
I think because I know you personally, I probably won't even like tell you. I'll just probably text you. But I'm like, Lee's gonna give me the shittiest reaction, and I don't want that, so I'm just gonna text him.
If you text me, I'm gonna assume that you're getting rid of it because it's that unimportant.
I mean, he's not wrong. He's not wrong because it's true. It's like,
real.
like, how do you react when somebody does tell you that? Because
well, see, that's the thing.
Yeah,
it's all about delivery.
Yeah, because it can either be like the best thing that's happening to you, at least in your mind, or
of course,
what's it called? You're like, oh my god, I can't believe this happened. I'm gonna try to, get rid of it.
No,
Yeah, but it's also because like
I'll just be creative about it.
At the point in our age where almost everyone or a majority of the people in our lives are like trying to like have kids or something like that,
or on their
but my
second
brain
one
is still in the mindset of like, bitch, you're gonna get rid of it? How you gonna do? Like, what happened? You didn't take a plan B? You didn't wrap up? You stupid motherfucker. What are you gonna do? I forget that like most of us are like close to like late 20s, early 30s, have jobs, have had jobs.
Get hand jobs.
Most of us are living at home though, so it's just like also, yeah, that's also one of the first thing that pops into my head when you tell me that you're having a kid. It's, oh, you just went raw recently. Crazy.
Yeah. Would it be crazy if you didn't?
You creme de la creme de that pussy very recently.
It's like that whole thing where it's like, oh yeah, we're trying to have a baby. It's like, okay, so y'all are just like, fucking raw.
So you're just letting us know you're fucking raw.
Yeah, you're just Jesus.
Skin on skin contact, dude.
I get it. Like, I just assume, but like, I kind of don't want people to like. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's the whole like baby culture, but like, it's kind of weird to just tell people.
I don't think I can share that. Like, share that with friends.
I wouldn't at all.
I understand. Okay, so like because I am around like my coworkers are all like 90% women. Mm-hmm. I understand like the conversation they have of like obviously they can all relate, and obviously growing up I've learned that like it is hard for some people to get pregnant. Like it's hard for them to have babies. So like when people are like, usually when someone brings up the conversation like, oh, me and blah 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 are trying, it's usually like a girl talking to another girl, because I can't see myself sitting here and be like, guys, so blah 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 and I are trying to have a kid. Like,
I would hope you would tell me that, so I can at least at that point we could assess. I could help you assess your life and see if that's a real smart option.
So by the time I plan to have a kid, it will be a smart option. And if it's not, we'll make it a smart option. But anyways, yeah, I can't like think I sit here and tell you guys like, hey, so like we're actually trying to have a kid, like so and so are trying to have a kid, because your reaction is gonna be like, okay, so you're just gonna come out and tell us you're fucking raw, like it's like, yeah,
a child. This economy.
I think it's different. I think it's different. Obviously, we'll say it as a joke if we do say that to you, like. Not the hold on. I'm saying that as a joke, as like, oh, y'all are fucking raw. Like, obviously that's the joke about it. But if realistically, more than anything, we'll just be like, why? But
yeah, but see, that's the thing. Like, I don't like. I think if like, at least in my perspective, if I tell you guys, like, you guys are obviously my best friends. Like, you're the people that I speak to 25/8, right? It's like, or at least for the most part. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't want a logical answer from you guys. It's just gonna be like, oh shit, that's dope. Move on. Well, what time are we gonna do this raid? Are you hopping on today? Like that'd be kind of the conversation. Like,
I would hope that if you're telling us you're having a kid, anyways, you've been dating this person or been with this person or you're married to this person.
5 years max. If I'm with somebody, 5 years max.
If you tell me that, if you're telling me that you're trying to have a kid, then it's like, okay,
within like the first year, no.
Yeah, okay, so that was what I was gonna say too. That I don't even think I would tell anybody unless, like Steve's saying, is that for some reason you've been trying for like a however much period of time it is, and you think, okay, it's been a little too long, something has to be wrong, or something must be, misfiring or whatever it is.
Right.
So
well, nothing's misfiring. It's for sure firing.
shooting blanks though. Anyway, at that point, I think like I would talk to obviously you talk to a doctor, a medical professional first, but then it's like I think I would bring that up to you guys if that was really
before you come to ask for our medical.
The fuck am I gonna tell you, and then you're just gonna be like, oh, dude, just I don't fucking know you, dude. Exactly, that's exactly the one I thought you would say too.
Steve's the overly supportive one. I'm the overly negative one.
Yeah, we balance each other, and it's always a mixture of because it's three of us. It's like one person giving the news, and the two people just playing the advocates.
Yeah, it's usually that's usually how it works. But I'm to give further detail, because I'm pretty sure me saying what I'm saying is with the idea that somebody's randomly telling me they've been with this person
6 months.
My reaction is in an appropriate timing, for that reaction to come out. If my friend of so and so years is telling me that he and his partner are trying to have a kid after so many years being together, then it's okay, congratulations. I'm not gonna tell you oh my god, why? It's I might say that as a joke, but it's never serious. The only time I'm ever serious about it if it's oh, so we're having a kid, and it's out of nowhere, then I'm oh. My week's been good.
If I'm ever dating somebody and I tell you guys months in, and it's hey, so blah blah blah, yeah, it's the first instance better be bitch, you better have won the fucking lotto, because what are you doing?
Hell no, I'm literally gonna tell you. I'm literally gonna ask you are you keeping it, or are you gonna put it up for adoption or something? I'm not assuming you're keeping it.
Adoption.
Yeah, that's another thing is I'm only sure down when people have a kid and all the options aren't
my house.
I mean, putting kids up for adoption is kind of rough, but at least babies are more likely to get adopted than grown kids, because the adoption agency and what's the other thing, what's it called, the it's not child protection, that's not what it is, it's foster care, the foster home system is awful.
It's fucked.
So so these babies, they're just more likely to be adopted. A lot of people are willing to adopt a baby, but if you're gonna have a kid, be smart about it. And if you want someone super super excited, you better be a girl, and you better be smart, and we better be chill, because if Dom or Liv come to me and be oh my god, I'm having a kid, and but they Dom specifically, I'd be hype. If Liv were to tell me, as far as I know, the guy she's dating, they've only been really dating for a month, I'd kick her ass. If Dom were to tell me, I'd be oh my god, bitch, when is the baby shower and when do I have to go? That's my reaction.
It just
all depends.
Yeah.
If a guy's gonna tell me, be oh, cool. If a girl tells me, I'm it's all about context, and it depends on the information. You either get yes, or you get oh. Those are the two choices.
I think
those are the two options. Two variations.
For a guy, same guy friend too, it also depends on their kind of I guess emotional level about it. Because
their vibe.
Yeah, because if they're happy about it too, then I'll fucking be oh yeah, dude, congrats, I guess.
Again, about the delivery.
Yeah.
It's all about delivery.
Weird baby tangent, but that was dope.
Yeah, we love kids.
No.
Yeah, we absolutely adore kids. We absolutely all want to have children in the future. We're all meant for fatherhood.
Bro, literally, in my household,
I'm not meant for childhood. I'm meant to be an uncle. A gunkle. That's my job.
In my household, I've literally been around
uncle.
Gay uncle.
Around my household,
here's your gunkle.
There's literally hasn't been a year for the past fucking, at least I want to say 20 years, where there hasn't been a kid in my house.
Took them from me, you little shit.
Squeeze.
What are you doing? Hugging it from afar.
Hugging
it. Jesus.
Really just sell it. And that wasn't even on purpose.
Uncle of the year, dude.
That's where it's at. See, that's where I'm at. I'm 29, and that's still where it's at. I don't know when it's ever gonna change. Maybe when I meet the the future, the Hugh Jackman of my life.
Hugh Jackman.
That's a big statement, then.
Hugh Jackman. Shout out.
It's a tall order, but let's be real. Who can really handle this as somebody that's super passive, like Cera, or someone that's super manly and dominating like Hugh Jackman? Let's be honest.
Okay.
What if
Cera? And I don't want.
What if like the Cera of your life just has like the biggest fucking dick?
That's whatever. I don't care.
That's
personality wise is what really sells it for me. I don't like personality wise. I don't want to be the one with the huge dick. Like I don't mind it, personality wise. I don't mind a good back and forth, but when it comes to like overall picture, I'd rather be a follower rather than a leader. I even thought about that today. For some reason, I was like, I don't really like being in charge. It just kind of happens because I feel like I have a head on. I have a head on my shoulders that like lets me and makes me want to have a little bit more control. So I'm able to like kind of like delegate things and stuff like that. I have a manager brain or whatever, but I don't like the responsibility or the like consequences that come with being in charge. Like that's just like not my shit. Like I'd rather be respected, heard, and my opinion be considered heavily rather than be the one in charge and the one that says like for sure yeses or nos,
I get
like
that.
Yeah. That's nice, but like I'm more of like a okay, we've heard all your opinions. Lee, what do you think? Then it's like, oh, okay, well, blah, 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 like a confidant. Yeah. So being in charge is not really my thing. So yeah, I'm not trying to look for someone that's like, what do you want to do?
Oh, yes, man.
I want to be the one that's kind of like that, but more like, what do you want to do? I kind of want to do, I still share my opinion, but rather someone that's like more.
Now, do you think you're gonna be the little spoon or the big spoon of the relationship?
That's the thing. Both. Has to be a both, but
that's fair.
Yeah, but I'm like more on the side of 10 minutes of spooning than the rest of the night. Just give me my space because I get hot.
That's right. You mentioned you're hot bodied, right?
Yes, I'm hot.
Yeah. Wow.
No.
All right. I don't know where to go off of that because.
What about your hot body, Richard?
My hot body. Where is hot right now? Low key. But I don't know. Look at my hot body. No.
He thought about it?
Yeah, and I was just like, never mind. Look at my
Spider-Man.
shirt. Yeah, Spider-Man shirt.
Yeah.
All right. I guess kind of going off of that, because we are kind of talking about features in a way. So, and this is the episode before New Year's. So, is there anything you guys are looking forward to specifically for next year? Anything that's like, I can't wait till, I don't know, game comes out, fucking movie, or maybe you have a specific plan. Like,
I guess for like video games, the Harry Potter game looks pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I forgot that comes out next year.
I'm not like super hyped about it,
but I'm
not
people.
Like it's not like off my radar clearly, so that should be cool.
They confirmed you can run around and like murder people.
Really?
Yeah, kind of. Like I know you have the curses and stuff like that, but that's also like a thing where it's like in the Harry Potter world, for you Potter nerds, let's put on our little wizarding caps.
Nerds.
Like it's like supposed to be a bad thing for you to be using the curses. I think it affects your soul or affects your standing in the wizarding world in a very, very negative way. So when they were showing the gameplay trailer, you were just tossing out curses like left and right. So it's just kind of like, are you not gonna be affected by it? Like I'm pretty like watch you not be affected by it because that's like your era or not your era, your birthright or your like your character's backstory. Like he was an orphan, but it turns out that he is actually the orphan. He was magically charged by his ancestry's blood or some shit like that. So you just toss out curses. That's what I think. It's usually like plot armor,
Well, they said it does affect your character, and it does also affect like character advancement. So whatever you do does affect.
Because that's what I would want.
It does have world events like where something could happen for you.
Okay.
Nice.
So
but yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah, the game looks cool. I diddle that one because that one is for sure like on my list.
I don't really know what else is coming out next year, to be honest. Whether it's games or movies.
Son of the Forest comes out.
Sons of the Forest does come out.
We're gonna play it.
I know we are.
I don't know why you're bitching.
I know we are, and I'm just like, okay. Like the forest, I will say, was like one of the ones that I actually didn't mind that much.
Yeah, because we actually advanced through it, even though
It
we
had a
didn't
story.
finish it.
That's why it actually has a good story to it.
So does the second one.
Well, I don't know.
Second one, the second one runs off of what the first one
That's
was,
what I'm
plus a little more.
I'm saying I'm sure it'll be fine. It'll be okay, but still
You
open
got
world.
guns now.
Huh?
You got guns now.
I thought you could get one in the first one.
No, you have bow and arrows in the first one.
Okay.
Yeah, this one
No
you just
pistoles.
No
you just run around and maul people out.
Dope.
Be like, you like sus,
Bro. Speaking of pistoles, what's it called? You guys know about like how like for New Year's, like how some people just randomly get shot. Like, well, because like
because it's straight bullets. Because
yeah,
people
people
shoot up in
shoot
the
into
air.
the
Bullets
guys.
in the celebration. Yeah, that is a thing.
Yeah.
I think it's the stupidest fucking thing for people to do.
Obviously.
I don't care how excited you are. Fucking shoot a gun in the air.
Obviously.
That's like concerning for me because I think about the bullet that like dented my car.
I forgot about
Just
that.
like God, if that was like a couple like feet like towards me, one of us could have got hit. That shit sucks.
Oh,
Hmm?
now that we're talking about the new year, this is just completely random because it popped up in my feed. Someone was like talking about it.
Okay.
As of today, as of the 21st, California no longer sells flavored nicotine.
Good.
Oh yes. Mm-hmm.
So, and that includes like menthols and wraps and all those stuff.
Good.
So, and anything that's flavor based is completely gone.
Good.
Which I'm like, good. Start cleaning it up because it's not good for people.
I didn't realize like
I restocked.
a lot. Yeah, I was gonna say a lot of y'all do smoke like your vapes and shit. Like I literally took a hit. Can't judge too much, but it's also like weed.
But you know, it's funny hookah's thing.
menthol. Yeah, hookah's still cool though. You know.
But it's like I don't know. I don't want to get
more
into
of like
that.
a social
Well,
thing almost. Like it. I
yeah.
don't really.
I mean,
I don't know,
so
like
is
hookah's
vaping.
not really as big on the streets. Like
Pass the vape around,
or
dude,
as
and it becomes the same thing.
As accessible, and it takes a lot more to do hookah.
I was gonna
honestly.
say, don't for hookah lounges, don't you? I don't know if you get ID'd, but I'm pretty
do.
sure they could. Okay, so then
You do,
can
yeah.
lose your license if you do end up leaving, like, because this whole thing was for minors. That's all it is.
Well, the
right?
thing too with hookah is that you can totally buy like your own personal one, but that's what I was
Yeah.
saying is that it takes a lot. Like I think even at home ones, I have no idea. I haven't
used to
done
have
hookah
one.
since like fucking since I was like over 21. I was gonna say the real age. But yeah, it's been a minute. But from what I remember, it's just like I don't know. All I know is that there's really hot cubes, and you put them on there, and just that alone looks like it's a lot of work. You got to put whatever's in there. You gotta get
suck
that
the
shit
fuck
super
out
hot.
of
Then
it,
you gotta
like-
have enough to like rotate it out. It's just
I did-
too much.
I went with-
And
just
it's too harsh.
I went with Steve and Jesse for my first time, and I was like, "This is
You remember
stupid."
that shit, dude?
Yeah, I was like, "This is
It's so
stupid.
funny.
This is so boring."
How
I'm
many
like,
of you went?
it was me, him. That was it. It was just us three.
Derek.
Well, Derek went too. Yeah,
You
I
four?
think so.
Derek was
Oh.
already there.
And honestly, I think it's
my brother
better
just
with like a
invited us
bigger group
out.
of people, to be honest. Because
boring.
I've gone to hookah like maybe like 3 times, but it was with like 6+ people, and that
Yeah,
was fun.
same.
It was fun.
I feel like it's just.
I mean, you don't necessarily have to like smoke the hookah. Like the whole point is, it's just a social gathering area. It's like,
Oh no,
and
I
I'd
smoked
rather
the
go to like
hookah, but I was
Korean
gonna say is that
barbecuers or fucking.
but you're doing. That's the thing. Like because
it's more like
hookah's-
going out and partying. It's more of a party
Yeah.
vibe than it is
Yeah,
Korean
you're
barbecue,
talking
like, sit
about
around
like
and have a
Yes.
dinner.
Yeah.
you're talking
you
about
know?
dinner. Yeah, that's a whole different setting.
Either way,
Yeah,
it
this
just
is like you don't really eat at hookah. If anything, there might be like finger food. It depends on the hookah lounge, but
Yeah, and most of them don't have it.
yeah.
Or you just buy a drink.
Luckily, when I went, there was because my first time that I did go to hookah lounge, like I feel like nobody really like just talks about it or at least admits to it that I know of, except for recently. I get mad lightheaded whenever I do hookah. That's the only reason why I don't really like
yeah,
going
fuck
to
yeah.
lounges in the first place, because that shit is like
It
oof.
bugs. I hate that
I'm
shit.
like, oh my god.
It's
I
like-
remember that I didn't even like, no one told me anything the first time, and I did so much of it. I was just like sitting there after I was like, oh fuck. Don't just
And you get
whatever you do,
nauseous, too.
don't do anything that is beyond you just sitting here and acting like you're chill. And luckily, I guess the waiter or waitress or somebody asked for French fries, and I was like, I saw it. I was like, oh my god, they do French fries, and they're like, yes. I'm like, can I have some? They're like, oh my god, yeah. I was like, holy shit, it was life changing, life saving. Because
the best way I could describe it for you, Rich, because I know you haven't done it like that, or you've never done it like that, is like, and it's just the best. Like, imagine having to do like a shit ton of push-ups nonstop, and then you get up really fast, or you wake up from from a nightmare, and you have the lightheadedness.
Like super lightheaded.
Yeah,
yeah. It's just it's gross. I hate it. Yeah.
But that's why I'm like, I don't know. I guess it depends on how much or your tolerance in a way, but / how often you do it.
Fuck that, dude. You know everybody in there gets lightheaded. I don't care how much hookah you smoke.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I feel like people do just be like getting lightheaded, except for like the dudes that like do that.
Who own the place.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah. But that's why I'm like, this just seems so stupid to go and waste money on that. I straight up told Steve on that day that we went, I was like, so this is it? He's like, yeah, that's it. I'm just like, it's fucking dumb. I want to leave. And I was just like,
yeah, we just randomly we didn't have shit to do, and my brother was like, hey, what are you guys up to? We're like, nothing. He was like, you down to come to a hookah lounge? I was like, I mean, it's a Friday night. Fuck it, I'm down. So we just went.
We went.
No
Derek was
no drinks, nothing. No. It was just sitting there for a fucking hour and a half, maybe.
Well, yeah, I guess you guys were like actively hanging out, like, or seeing each other frequently enough for it. Like
around that time, yeah, it was like I was
not to be like, we're going out to hang out as friends, and then you guys catch up on like whatever.
It was just more to hang out because that's just what we were doing already. Yeah.
Yeah. So I kind of get it. Like I remember, like working with your friends, honestly, is very different than like obviously not working with them. It's kind of funny. Like I remember working with Jasmine, and me and her are very different. For those of you that don't know us, she's very quiet, very reserved, and she's very much like what I was saying earlier, the one that will be the passenger in a lot of things. And then for me, I like to be the passenger, like I was saying, but for a good portion of the time, I'm always the one that's driving. Not like physically or actually, but like metaphorically speaking, but sometimes actually. But yeah, when we were working, I remember working with her was cool and all, but since we were so different, we did have like our tiffs and stuff, but it was very different handling them there than it was out of like when we like out of work when we weren't.
That's right. I forgot you worked
working.
With her.
Yeah, so it was like when we weren't working, then we get time to like kind of get over it, whatever it may be, like a small thing here and there. Like we didn't really like have disagreements that much or as much. But when you start working together, it felt like it was almost like every like after a while it was like almost every like month or something like that. We'd have like a new thing. But it was anything super, super big. It was always like something small, but like significant enough for it to be noticeable. And I was like, God, like we can't like we're working so much that we can't like just okay, well, whatever. I'll get over it. Like, I'll just see her in like
you can't just run away from them
or something. Yeah. Now it's like, fuck, I gotta see you every goddamn day, and this is what's going on. Shit, goddamn. But yeah, it's very different. And also, there isn't that much to talk to, you know, like or talk about because you're always seeing each other anyway. So it's like when you actually go out, it's like,
yeah,
now we're doing the exact same thing, but outside.
I think it was different for us because we worked retail all together. So it's like there was always something happening, and we weren't always like.
Oh yeah, we work at a mortuary, so it's like the work can be dead sometimes.
But
Jesus Christ.
Okay, what? Oh, but yeah, we were working at retail, and Steve and I we didn't really work together often after a while because we were both in electronics. And
that's the funniest thing that we worked.
He would literally work the morning shift, and I would work the closing. So
do you want to know how we learned to hang out? Either or would call out. That's how either or like depending on our shift, depending on what we were doing, is like yo either or both of us would call out because Derek wasn't even part of the electronic team, and like they would make him cover for us because I called out and Richard called out.
Jesus.
Yeah, and then he'd text us and he'd be like, fuck you.
Fuck that place. Yeah. Be like, fuck you guys. And then we'll send him a picture and we're at Disney.
Sorry, Derek. Not sorry.
You're terrible.
Dude, what?
Derek.
Yeah.
He didn't want to go.
Yeah, dude. We'd invite him and tell him like, dude, just call out, who cares? And then what's it called? He'd be like, no, like, what's it called?
Yeah, realistically, he's like me. I would think, God, who else are they gonna call? And like all three of us are gonna have so much fucking trouble. What the fuck? Hell no.
They don't know
I
that.
don't know
I
that.
would
Yeah.
just in those situations. That's where I bitch up. I'm like, no.
I once called out, and then
can't.
Richard called like immediately after, and he had to leave a voice message because they didn't answer. So we're like, fuck it, and then we just went on with our day.
Fuck it.
I
mean, how many people really realistically could cover your shit besides Derek? Like, were there like
everybody?
Was it? It was like multiple.
There's
like
5 of us in that department.
Yeah, but it could like beyond that 5, could anybody else just cover your shift? Just
Yeah, really.
It's like a big store and it's technically like the same thing. And
realistically, yes.
Okay.
It's not like
It's
it's
just
not
less
like you had to
workload
have
in certain departments.
I was gonna say it's not like you had to have any really knowledge of the products and stuff.
You have to have knowledge.
Obviously, it's a plus because at least somewhat because they're gonna ask you
what you're selling.
Yeah,
Basically.
people are gonna ask you like questions about it naturally because you're there. So it's you throw in somebody that doesn't know anything, they're just gonna be like, okay, well I don't want it then.
Right.
So you could, but other than that, it's literally just having a pair of keys that opens like the video games or the iPods or whatever the fuck it was, and that's all it was. Other than that, we were really just a little bit more in charge and like making sure that everything was a kind of updated and presenting in a way.
Which eventually just like fell under being my department because that's why I was in the morning and I was like, dude, I don't like this shit.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck this. I was like, I'm only hanging out with old people.
Mm-hmm.
On the side note, but going off what Richard said, do they even sell iPods anymore?
No.
Aren't they all just iPhones now?
They discontinued the iPod, I think, last year.
Okay, I thought so.
Last year.
Yeah.
Last year was the last year.
But at the time, I mean, they were still there. iPod Touches,
Nanos.
the Nanos.
iPods, Jesus.
Mhm.
Forgot about those. Almost
Yeah.
always, I just forgot like it wasn't always a phone, It was actually just a musical device.
Yeah,
It was just a Bluetooth device.
it's Bluetooth.
Yeah, I had Bluetooth and I had Wi-Fi.
I don't
I
think
had
so.
one of the small ones that was like
The Nano had had Bluetooth connection.
I guess maybe I don't remember that time. The first Nano that I think of is the super like small square one.
Oh no, I'm talking about the long skinny one.
Yeah,
I think
that
that's
was
the one
after.
I had.
That was after.
Whenever I hear Nano, my brain goes to the clip-on one.
The shuffle.
That's the shuffle.
The
I had
small
a shuffle.
one.
That was my
I
first
had one
iPod
too.
ever.
I think my mom
was
had
like-
one too.
I had
It
one.
was so
Hey,
annoying.
it came in clutch.
It did, honestly.
Those are so cool. I mean, honestly,
The concept of having something this fucking small, like
4
this
gigs.
small.
I mean,
Yeah.
they could literally sell it now. I mean, I feel like they could do that. Just technology has gotten to the point where I'm pretty sure you could fit like a small enough hard drive that is just playing music that's saved onto it. Like, you're telling me people wouldn't use it? I don't know. Maybe they would.
I think it would.
It's a small little device that runs off of a battery charge.
Give
Why
people a
not?
reason to ditch their big ass iPhone Pro Max and then just fucking use that for music.
Yeah,
sure
because I mean, some people don't even like. What if like when you're gonna go for a run? Do you really want to like? You could just have this little clip on it. You don't really
Well-
have to have like a giant phone or
That's
something.
what,
was-
that's
that
what
was the
Apple Watch is for
advertisement.
now. That's what Apple Watch is for now.
Yeah, but I
'cause-
feel like people will like.
Can you connect?
I
your
just think of
headphones to your Apple
safety,
Watch?
like safety is like safety reasons or whatever. Like, what if somebody messes with you? What if you like you can't really lose it? It's just a little clip, like it's just
I
gonna clip
guess, yeah.
somewhere or something.
There's
yeah.
there's a market for it, I'm sure, but
Yeah.
at the same
a
time,
market
it's
for
like
everything.
I don't think Apple's gonna spend money on it if it's such
There
a
is a market for
small
everything.
market. I'm sure.
You know what
Uh-huh.
Sorry, it's a completely separate thing. What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, I'm like they still make small MP3 players that you could buy. And honestly,
yeah.
if you really wanted to, you could just get that.
That's true.
Yeah.
I was gonna say for marketing because it tripped me out today, but I was on TikTok
Mhm.
and apparently Fox News. It kind of goes with marketing, kind of. On Fox News they had the I forgot the name of the interviewer, but it was a dude interviewing a member of the Satanist Church.
Oh, I saw it.
And fucking he's like they're talking in these like, well, what are the commandments of Satanism? And the guy was just like, TLDR paraphrase because I cannot remember it word for word, was the first commandment is like, be kind and respectful of others as you wish it be done unto you.
Yeah.
And the interviewer was like, really? That's it?
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah. And he was like, oh, I see no issue with that. And that's how it goes around to marketing. I was like, the marketing of the Church of Satan,
bro. Okay,
pretty good.
So, I'm not religious whatsoever. But I did my research on the Church of Satan, the Satanist, religion, because I was curious about it, and also like I listen to metal, so obviously like that kind of scene is just around that whole I guess religion. But I looked at like all of their kind of commandments or whatever, and like exactly what their beliefs are, because everybody has this kind of opinion that you hear Satanists and it's just like, oh my god, they sacrifice babies, or they kill animals and stuff. Yeah, exactly. But realistically, like when you look at all of their stuff, it's literally just things like treat people like as you would have them onto you.
Those people want to be left alone.
I have it right here. It's the 7 are one should strive. The first one is one should strive to act with compassion and empathy towards all creatures in accordance with reason. The struggle for justice is ongoing and necessary pursuit that should prevail over laws and institutions. One's body is inviolable, subject to one's own will alone. Basically, my choice. Body rights.
Yeah.
The freedom of others should be respected, including the freedom to offend. To willfully and unjustly encroach upon the freedoms of another is to forego your own. Basically, just respect other people, and what they say. Belief should conform to our best scientific understanding of the world. We should take care never to distort scientific facts to fit our beliefs. Basically, don't twist the truth of basic facts. People are fallible. If we make a mistake, we should do our best to rectify, resolve any harm that may have been caused. A lot of this is very normal, like common sense, honestly. And the last one is, every tenet is a guiding principle designed to inspire nobility in action and thought. The spirit of compassion, wisdom, and justice should always prevail over the written or spoken word. Honestly, I don't know. Call me sane.
I was gonna say.
I don't know. Call me sane. People already do it apparently, so fuck it.
I was gonna say, like,
people out there in the world.
I'm not saying that I would join or I'm going to join or anything, but like honestly, that's the closest that I've come to being like, shit, I'll identify as a Satanist. Fuck it. Like if it comes to that kind of stuff, sure. And the guy that they were interviewing, it wasn't just a member, it was apparently like the founder of the temple.
Honestly, I was gonna say though, why does every religion have to have like an unspoken uniform? Some of them, like obviously some religions do have a uniform or do have some type of like holy garb basically that signifies that religion, but just in general, like people that go to different religions, they always end up kind of looking the same. But the reason why I was saying that is because when we were looking at the interview, it's like, God, you look like you partake in Satanism. Like dude has one like dead eye. I think there's a scar. He's got slicked back hair. He's wearing black. He's got like salt and pepper hair. It's like, you look like a Bond villain, but you also look like you are the leader of the Church of Satan. So that's what I feel like. That I don't know. I just don't get it. It's like, I feel like what would be funnier, but also kind of not cooler, but like oh, it's for everyone, is if they just like had some like just some preppy person just like, yeah, Satan. Love him.
It's a fucking cheerleader?
Yeah, literally just some Becca off the street. Yeah, no, Satan's dope. Respect thyself like you respect others like you respect thyself.
What's it called?
Jeez.
When that whole
big ups or big downs to big ass just instead of up.
When that whole Roe v. Wade thing happened, they were like one of the first organizations to come out and say that they were gonna sue what's it called, the certain like states that started banning it or whatever the heck it was, because they were saying like, this is infringing on our religion.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like an infringement on their like basic tenets.
Yeah,
almost.
So it's like, Because
I mean,
realistically,
almost.
most of these states and stuff that are imposing these laws are coming from a Christian kind of
From a
religious point of view, and it's just like
understanding,
you
yeah.
can't do that in a place where realistically it's not just one religion or belief system, because yeah, this things like this will happen, whether it's just something that it's seemed kind of like, you know, white or black, and then there's other like more gray areas with each religion. But either way, all I'm saying is like they came out and started talking all of that, and so many people on Twitter I remember seeing like, well, shit, I guess Satan is dope or like whatever, and I'm just
Oh shit! Well, I guess Satan's pretty dope, huh?
yeah, Satan's pretty dope.
Yeah, the Satan account's funny when he pops up and talks shit.
Oh, I
Have
remember
you seen it?
I
On
remember
TikTok?
seeing it a little bit during
No,
that
on Twitter.
time frame.
Oh,
I
I
haven't
don't-
seen like the.
He recently tweeted out. He was like, "I'm back, bitches."
Oh wait, yeah,
and
I
then,
did.
and his first tweet was like, "Oh, who would like to take over as the owner of Twitter?" And he was like, "Me." he replied to Elon Musk.
Yes, I do
speaking of
remember
which, we
seeing
were
that.
just talking about it. So apparently, Elon Musk, as of today, or yesterday or whatever, is officially resigning as the CEO of Twitter and is looking for someone to basically take it off his hands. I think there was a tweet. He said, "I will resign some 24 hours after the poll." So there was a poll on Twitter, and and the tweet was, "Should I step down as head of Twitter? I will abide by the results of this poll." 57.5%. Oh, okay, so overall though, there was 18 million Twitter users that voted on it. 57.5% of them voted yes, and then 42.5% said no. So, to go with this tweet, he is abiding by the results, and he says, "I will resign as CEO as soon as I find someone foolish enough to take the job." So yeah,
So we gotta keep Twitter.
As at this point, he's trying to jump ship as much as
no,
anybody.
it's a
everybody.
sinking ship.
Well, that's why he's trying
apparently.
to. He's trying to leave as much as everybody's trying to avoid.
Everybody else,
you know, being part
Picking
of it.
up.
Yeah,
yeah.
and then it sucks, dude. Like,
I mean, it's gotta be like.
I'm sure it'll be
I
okay.
don't know. Like, I feel like the big social media accounts should just be ran by like, I don't want to say the government, but just ran just keep the lights on, like just keep the basic functionalities. Let the states or like the world pay for employees to run basic maintenance on it, but keep it at where it's at now. And then if someone wants to pick it up at some point, pick it up. I feel like big social media platforms should have something like that, like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and then YouTube. Like, it just feels like these things are really, really big, and a lot of people use them for multiple things, whether it be daily news, whether it be self-help, whether it be
business.
like entertainment, business. Like, it's these platforms are like multifaceted and honestly very important to today's like internet community. Like
Yeah.
one of the basic blocks of like the internet's community in general.
I think that's what makes it
feel
kind
like.
of crazy too, is because these are the first iterations of that. Because
Mhm.
you think about like the not the beginning of the internet, but when people were being
The internet's still a baby. Let's be
social
real,
media,
too.
yeah, social media sites, like MySpace and fucking Tumblr, I guess.
We were alive when those things started. Like, those things started in our time.
Yeah.
And it's hard to believe. Like, I know some kids are
But
like
they're gone.
being born. It's funny because when I also think about it, like, I remember I thought about this concept, and I think about it every now and then. There are some kids that were born during the mask era and are like maybe 2 or 3, or like their consciousness has only remembered wearing masks, in public spaces. So like for us, it's like,
life changing, like
yeah.
just out of the normal, and then for them they're just like.
But for them, that's like what they were born knowing. Like that's their
it's against my rights
experiences. So it's funny to think that's like a good portion of people that are on Twitter now weren't even born or like conscious when it was starting.
When Twitter was a thing.
Yeah. So like MySpace, Vine, all of these social media sites where at the time, especially specifically MySpace, everybody kind of thought like that's the place. That was the Facebook before Facebook. It was like you could advertise business, your music.
How'd you guys find out about Twitter?
Creative stuff.
How did I find out about Twitter?
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a good
friends,
question.
honestly.
I think so. Yeah,
it was just friends.
I remember friends were like, dude, this is like Facebook, but it's a lot easier. They're like, sign up. And I did. And I was like, this is cool. And that was it. And I was just like, fuck Facebook.
When I was younger, my brain was, I feel like this is where it kind of felt like where everything kind of landed, like again with the old internet startup, like everything was up in the air on the internet, everybody's on every website, but then as time like grew or went on, all the dust started settling, like we the dust, and they started setting in specific spots, like
Yeah.
MySpace was for the younger teens or tweens or whatever, like the kids, and then but there was also like adult stuff on there. And then when you got to Facebook, that was when you were in like high school and shit like that. And then
there's like semi porn, like softcore porn on
and then
on Facebook at the time.
When you got older, I forgot what it was. I think at that point I was like, you're living life, you know, like that's like what you don't really like. You're an adult when you're in your 20s or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
At the time before inflation, COVID, and you know the living expenses were like not where it's at now. God, I wish prices were still the same when we were kids. We would not be where we're at right now.
I'd be rolling.
We'd be in completely different spaces. We would not have these backdrops. We would not be where we're at. Fuck you, fucking inflation. Jesus Christ.
Fuck.
It's so stupid.
Inflation, fuck minimum wage not changing to account for inflation.
That too. This is terrible.
But aside from the money stuff, I think the Facebook was the high school stuff, and then I feel like once it got like, at least for me, once it got popular to the point where like once families started joining,
once parents started getting on
and they started following stuff, I think that's the teenage rebellion part / at least just me. I didn't want to know what I was kind of like up
me
to.
either. No.
Yeah.
I saw my cousin, like everybody was on it. Like you said, it was all kids.
Mm-hmm.
And then the parents got on it. And then when the parents get on stuff, not to say they ruin it, but they change the vibe. It becomes
exactly
or whatever.
You have to be careful what you post.
Yeah. So I remember I had MySpace. I had just gotten it, but my parents didn't really want me to have one because they were stuck around with my cousins or something like that. Like, and they were just hearing all the horror stories of your children are online. This is what's happening tonight at 9. And it was just like the worst shit ever. Like, and then all the parents were like, this could happen to little Jimmy. This could happen to you.
Fuck
if
Jimmy.
they ask you for a photo, say no. But yeah, and then when parents got it, I started hearing stuff that was going on with my cousins, and I was like, oh bitch, that doesn't happen to me, because it all rooted down to my family was interacting with my friends. And I was thinking to myself, like, listen, I don't have piece of shit friends, but I do, like, at Facebook, you had a bunch of people on that bitch. And it was like, I'd rather not have someone comment and say, bitch, haha, or something like, just the bitch alone will just set my world on fire, like, with any one of my relatives. So, private.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was on private. Or I had multiple accounts. At one point, I think I had like 4 Facebooks or 3. One for friends, one for family, one for cousins, and then one for like, I think it was online friends.
Yeah. I had a Facebook and that was it.
Me too. I did not.
I had to roll, like, because multiple people knew about me. There was online friends knew about me being gay. Some friends in real life knew about it, but not everyone. So that was high school. And then my cousins, you know, we had like an understanding, but not a full like openness.
Mm-hmm.
But we still kind of like,
they knew it existed.
Yeah, we hung out. It was still chill. And then with the family, it was like for Uncle George, for Aunt so and so, like just for the aunties and uncles to hit you up and stuff like that. Yeah, you know, like family. So that's why I had those multiple options, because it was multiple E's. Now you just got 2. One because it's inappropriate to be as open as I'd like to be, and the other one, this.
Cool.
This.
I don't. It was
speaking about it. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, I don't even really talk to like uncles and aunts like that, just because for me, they're like way older than I think most other people's aunts, uncles. So it's just, I don't know. That's all I was gonna say.
I was gonna say, I was like, I mean, I have some of my aunts and uncles, but then again, some of my aunts and uncles are like around my age, or they're like only a few years older than me. I think like my oldest uncle's like in his like mid 40s. Besides that, everyone
always stressed me out with this whole like Latino, like I don't know if there's any other communities, but I've only ever heard it in like Latino families where it's like, this is my uncle, he's 3 years older than me, or this is my aunt, she's 5 years older than me. It's always like, where's the math breakdown? How does that work? You know, it's always a trip.
Bro,
So,
We don't have second or third.
I was gonna say my nephew has to be like, this is my uncle. He's 4 years younger than me.
see,
It happens.
it's a trip.
Yeah, it is. And everybody, every time that gets brought up, and you know, it's somebody, you know, meeting us for the first time, they're like, what? Like, what happened? And I'm just like, Mexican family. And they're just like, oh, okay. It's
Yeah, because at some
self-explanatory.
point, like a lot of people, at least from at our age, it's always like you just kind of accept, like, oh, that's gonna happen.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I was like, right now that we're on the topic of like social medias, did you guys see the whole TikTok thing happening again?
Oh, banning?
The banning. They're trying to ban it fully in the US, like 100% banning.
I mean,
because of all the like the data mining that's in it.
You know what I was also gonna say? Can we like just stop pretending that like
that our phones don't listen to us?
That like,
well,
you are being probed actively
like
right
everything.
Now. I can say like 5 key phrases of things, like just saying I'm interested in anime video, like just any keywords. Your phone is gonna show you shit. Don't act like you haven't noticed when you go to Facebook, when you go to Instagram, when you go to Twitter, when you go to anything.
Are you signing up to a fucking to like a mailing list of your favorite clothing store? Like you're putting your information out there. Those aren't private.
Like
they get
10%, but now your email's on there. That's data that's being like.
Yeah.
You put your email, and that email includes your first name, last name, phone number, email. It's like,
oh, I can guarantee that your information has been uploaded somewhere and is on some type of dark web website. 100%. Like there is 100%. Without a doubt. Like especially if you're on the internet a lot. Like for me, it's like if someone tells, like it would suck if my identity was stolen, but it's also like, you're gonna steal mine, really?
Yeah, that's what
like,
that's the one thing that I always bring up when people are like, oh, my phone, I don't want my phone listening to me. You know, people who are like paranoid that, you know, the government's like constantly listening to you. It's like, how important do you think you are that they honestly are listening to you 24/7? Like,
and it's also kind of like, why aren't you just okay with it? Because it's like, what are you doing bad? What's the big deal? You think someone's gonna care enough to hear about your opinions on your fucking least favorite football team, or the fucking bitch ass coworker that you hate? For God's sakes, like the fuck, or that you're cheating or you're I don't know, you're doing something illegal? Like they don't really give a shit as long as you're not, I think, doing anything like morally or communally bad. Then it's like, Sandra, they don't care if you're stealing that fucking can of tuna or that fucking milk carton. Like no one gives a shit.
The milk carton.
I don't know, something. Yeah. Like, why
it's
are you
true,
so concerned that the government's listening to you when you're pretty sure there are 5 other institutes that already are?
Right. So the only reason that they're even trying to ban TikTok, the data mining thing, but it's because it's specifically a Chinese-owned company, and you know we have this whole Cold War-ish.
America, you're so racist with us saying you're racist. I swear to God, Jesus Christ.
Well, because realistically, we are kind of like in this weird area with China about
oh, that's right, we might die. Forgot about that.
Yeah, like we're not in the best relations, to be honest. And you know, I forget what his name is, but there's a specific like a congressman or something that's like trying to like, you know, just completely get rid of it because he's like, they're spying on us, or like they're using all of this data to understand or like manipulate or some shit like that. I don't know exactly what he's trying to do.
Or we manipulate a dance to WAP, Lizzo, Nicki Minaj.
He's just mad because he didn't hide his likes, and then someone saw his likes, and there were just all these young 20-year-olds
like
doing
fat ass white men. You know the TikToks I'm talking about.
I don't.
Have you guys seen? Have you guys seen the? Right now that we're on the TikTok subject, real quick, small tangent. The fake Markiplier guy who cooks.
No.
I'm gonna send you to. So he makes videos where like he'll be making some bomb ass food, and he's like wearing like, it looks like he just got out of work because he's wearing like a dress shirt, slacks, and dress shoes. And then in all his videos, no matter what he's doing, This camera angle goes from behind him. He bends over to pick it up, and it's just ass. Like homie's just got cake.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And everyone's like people in the comments are like, you know what we're here for. We don't want to see this. Like,
dude,
show us
I
the
was
goods.
gonna say, like, if we want, maybe I don't give a shit if we ban TikTok or not, but maybe like if we're gonna keep it around, maybe like really look at the fucking down battery on that shit.
Yeah,
like, people,
man.
Like the reason why I did what I did when Steve said what he was saying right now is because fellow bitches of the TikTok space, because I don't know if these guys have it. They might have had maybe a couple of them, but they kind of have an idea what I'm talking about. There's always those videos that are too overly undertone sexual on TikTok.
It's just borderline.
That guy, exactly. Like you guys for sure know about the lumberjack.
Bradley
like,
Thor.
There's no point. There's no little point
because of how much it's true.
Can he just like go make a Twitter, make an OnlyFans, make your bank? For God, get off my fucking feed. I'm over it. But it's also the dudes, the cooking videos specifically. I don't know if you guys have seen them.
Cooking dudes, no.
But way too much. I don't need to see some dude that's like
shirtless in an apron.
Not even shirtless, or just like tight shirt, and then he's just like caressing it like this, and he's just like really getting up in there, or like spitting on it or some shit, or like the view or the close up of the hands, like getting like washing and like
it's like that.
Yeah, it's just like, dude.
The guy who jacks out the fucking cucumber.
Why? Bro. What's going on? I go to the comments and everybody's like, my face when he smacked that T-bone.
And it's the
I'm like, oh my God.
It's the surprise face.
You are on TikTok, bitch. Go make an alternate Twitter and go get yourself some dick. Fuck.
But be honest, have you left a comment like that, Lee?
No.
Like not even like a funny comment about it?
Maybe like actually today kind of, because there's a new not in that space specifically, but the new SZA song, I don't even know if it's called the Big Boy.
Big Boy, yeah.
But like Big Boy, I don't know. That's the name.
It's not an actual song. It's a parody, or not parody, but like she made it for SNL, I think.
Yeah, okay, it was an SNL skit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Well, so the parody song, that's what's going on. And the only comment that I recently left was actually today, and it was on Hassan. Because honestly, let's be real. No, it wasn't even in like for it. I'm kind of against it. Like, I don't care really much if Hassan really like whatever his. Speaking as a big person, I'm more into listening and seeing the representation of people my body size and people around my body shape that are doing that song, because it's dope watching big dudes. I think big dudes are sexy too, so that's why it's kind of like, yeah, I want to see some big boned, double cheeked up, juicy looking titty boys.
You know who doubled down on that video? Was you guys remember the girl who like blew up on TikTok, the one with like who was wearing like the really low cut shirt? She has titties, and like she swings the baseball bat.
Oh,
I don't think so.
She like blew up all over social media because she was doing transition videos of like her not having makeup and a hoodie, and then she'll like swing, and she's like, and then like she's wearing a low cut shirt, dressed up, but nice makeup and everything. I feel like
I might have seen it.
You have.
I don't what was it? I hit that boy with the bat.
Yeah,
smack. And
that one.
And then I've seen the transitions, but I don't know if I've seen her specifically.
So the girl who blew that up, she made a video today, and like she was like, or she made a video, I don't know when, but it popped up on my feed, and she was like talking about it, and it was the same thing where she was just like, when people say big boy, they're not saying like these tall, muscular men, like they're like, which is a lot of people are like, oh, that's me, and it's like, no, they're talking about like a bigger person.
Someone about them 250, 280 plus boys.
Yeah, who are like
with those titties
like
that might fit into an A cup just right. You know, that's the kind of big boys we're talking about. Yeah. Plump. I want the fluff. So I left the comment. I was like, Hassan, this is not for you. Don't get me wrong. You're pretty and swole as shit, but that's what you are. Swole.
Yeah.
You're not big. Please leave us big boys something. Thank you. Please and thank you. That's what I said. I was like, let me have something. Let my community have something. I'm kind of over like I saw the comments and people were like, oh, but because he still sees himself as that big boy. Like he is fat right now. I'm like, you think Hassan Piker right now is fat? Bitch, what do you think when you look at me? A dead whale? I get it, but damn.
was
Hassan is not fat. What is wrong with
I don't
wrong with
get.
people?
I've
He
never
is
understood.
fine.
I've
Hassan,
never
like,
understood
don't
the
get me
statement
wrong.
of the saying like, "Oh, he's big." It's like
I
he's
love
not.
Hassan.
Well,
I would die for Hassan.
okay.
I'd do dirty things to that man. Oh my god.
I guess kind of in a little bit of the tangent, not really. Whatever. When they said that like when he still sees himself as big or whatever, was he chunky? Like fluffy?
Apparently he was fat. Well, that's the
So-
thing is, I don't even know fat because with all the comments, I was like, you think he's kind of fat now? So like, what's your definition of fat? What did he look like back in the day?
Because the whole like he still sees himself that way, and it kind of goes into the body dysmorphia type of thing. And I think I kind of understand that to a level because
I mean, I'll always understand that
right.
part, but it's like he's not.
well, anybody could tell him that, but
to each their own. Yeah. Because I mean, I see it like that.
This is like an old photo. I'm not gonna show it because we're just like he looks like a 16, 18-year-old kid in here or 17-year-old kid. But I mean, he doesn't look fat. I would say he just looks. Oh, okay, I see. He looks a little fluffy. Yeah, for sure. No, yeah.
Yeah, when I was younger, I was fat, and like I grew out of it. I grew back into it, and I grew out of it, and then as a recent, I'm back out of it. But I mean, I can't lie to you. Even now that I'm starting to see like small changes in my body as far as like a physical appearance is like, or even like my clothes in general, it's like. I can look in a mirror and like no matter what somebody tells me, like I'll always see that kid because that's who I was. That's the kid that like I battle,
Yeah.
So I get that idea, but there's so many people like that are misinterpreting the word as the Big Boys, the parody song is like where they're not talking about big muscular men.
Yeah.
Like that's not. We're not talking about dad bods. We're talking about like bigger people. Like that's what some people are into, and it always makes me laugh. It always makes me laugh at the people who get like offended by that. Where it's like, how could you be into that? It's like, why the fuck do you care? Like, sorry that you're ugly to this person. Like, that's just like some people just aren't attracted.
Like, I mean, a lot people are into a lot of different things. Like,
yeah,
why do
and
you
that's
care
fine.
if someone's into something? Like, it's always
fine.
like I saw another comment that was like, "Oh my god, look how important representation is." Oh my god, I'm like, the son isn't this. God, it just and even in the video where when she's doing it, none of the dudes in that parody video are even close to looking how Hassan looks. Those dudes look like me, if not bigger than me. It's like, what the fuck? But yeah, I was tripping out because I saw a photo of Hassan. Oh my god, Jesus Christ! He's wearing Tommy Hilfiger underwear, and it's just him, and it's just there's a lot of Hassan. Lord have mercy. But then he posts is like, every time people post old shirtless selfies of me, I get sad because my body fat is way higher now. And that was in 2019. And then the first comment is, no one's looking at your midsection, baby. Trust me. It's
God damn it.
There's a lot of dick in this photo. That's why I was like, yeah, nobody, even that, still, nobody gives a shit. Really. I'll be honest with you. Hassan, you're hot. I mean, like, again, hot guys can be hot, or fat guys can be hot, is what I meant to say.
I think that bases it all on like, and I obviously like some of the comedians I watched, like they're huskier people, and they're like, yeah, it's all about how you approach like a man or woman. Like if you don't have that, like, and they're like, this is for our generation. They're like, if you don't have that swag or that style to like,
yeah, I was gonna say it's kind of like confidence, but it's also like a mixture of like how you carry it. Like someone can be confident, but like sometimes confidence can be kind of a little unsexy. Like,
yeah, of course.
I'm kind of more into like people that are a little bit more reserved. Someone that doesn't not necessarily that knows they're hot, but doesn't flaunt it. Someone that I think is just.
There's a difference between confidence and cocky.
And cocky,
you know,
huge.
That's where the line is. It's like somebody who, like, I guess body wise, if you ask them about it, they're kind of like, yeah, like I'm big or, maybe skinny or whatever it is. They're like, but what's it called? I'm still, they still have that swagger to them, I guess. But then there's cocky where it's like, they're just kind of a douchebag dick about it.
Dude, there's this one fucking guy at my gym. One guy.
Look at that Jesus of a man. Oh my god.
He looked like Marco Antonio Solis for a second.
Look at him. Oh,
That
look
is
at that
Marco
light
Antonio
around him
Solis.
because of my fucking ring light. This man is fine. Holy shit.
I think he's good looking.
I would
He's
love to
definitely
pull
good
his hair and
looking.
have him pull mine
He's
at the
good
same
looking.
time.
I just don't think he's just like at the level that Lee like says it. Like I know he's handsome, but I'm like I don't see
It's the difference.
past the handsome part.
Well, I think it's because his body type, like all that shit I was saying. Again, I will reiterate. I think he is super attractive. I think his viewpoint. It's the whole package. It's not just his appearance, but it's that's the kind of dude that I would be a little. That's kind of borderline personality where it's like he knows he's hot. He knows he has the looks, but that's where I'm like I want someone that's a little bit like Hassan's like up here. I don't want someone that's kind of like right there, a little lower on the confidence scale. I want someone that's a little bit more timid, just a little bit. I just think that's kind of cute. I want hot and confident, but I also want a bit of cute in there. A little timid cute.
No.
I think
I like it.
that might
I
also
like finding a man like that.
I think that also
That's very specific.
might just be a thing for the internet too, because especially for somebody of his following. The minute you show kind of I guess not what is that oh my god the minute you show like an insecurity,
Confident?
an insecurity, they'll trolls will eat you up about it. So I don't know, maybe that's just the way he has to kind of portray himself online.
That's like the space that he's into. That's why I was like, again, to the full package. Like I like his viewpoints. I like the way that he will carry himself in those like certain situations. The like, it's just like it feels like a man almost. Like he is like he has that appearance, but he has like the way he like carries himself.
Yeah,
and especially in the space that he's in, which is like, politics, combating red pill behavior or community or whatever, like that kind of shit. Red pill normalities. So yeah, I like that kind of shit.
Yeah.
I want someone like that. That'd be dope. But fine tweaking the edges.
Hassan. No.
Let's hang out.
Yeah,
I don't know. I said all that. I said all what I said, but I'd be down to hang out with Hassan and have a beer and play video games.
Yeah, that actually sounds.
That'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be dope.
Okay. I think that's all the time we have today.
Wow.
Ended off with just kind of fangirling about Hassan /
Well, I was gonna say since this is technically the episode for New Year's, we didn't really go over like what we're looking for. I will like kill all three of us if we say that what our fucking resolutions are gonna be or whatever cheesy shit like that.
I don't have resolutions.
Yeah, I know, but still,
goals.
there's always like you don't have resolutions, but you have ideals that you want to achieve or some shit like that. Everybody has like a different way of saying like, oh, I'm gonna be doing this in the new year. That's technically a resolution. You're gonna be changing behaviors to do new things.
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of to piggyback off what Richard was saying. Is there anything that you guys are looking forward to just in general? It doesn't have to be video games, but like I guess are you guys looking forward to like the weather or your birthday's plan? Like because I'm gonna be 30. That's why I'm like I feel like I need to think of like the future this next year. That's what I'm gonna be doing, and I think the one thing that's gonna be on my mind the most realistically.
Yeah.
So this will be my final regard to thinking about the future a little bit more because I'm gonna be 30. I'm the first friend out of all my friends to be 30. I think I'm trying to think of I don't know. Like love you, Wilmer, but like realistically, like my immediate social
circle.
I get you.
Yeah, it's more like you guys.
He's an extended friend of your circle,
people, and live. So it's like that's more like my immediate circle. Will, you're like right there. You're literally like super close. Not
you're on the second circle, the second bubble.
It's not even that far. Like the bubble's really, really close. If anything, like Jasmine's foot is in both of them. Like don't think that that's a bad space to be in my life. If I tell you like in a second circle or whatever, the second layer. But I think that's gonna be more in my head. Is like thinking about like the future because I am gonna be like one of my first few friends in my immediate vicinity that are gonna be 30, except for maybe like one other person. So it's just kind of like, God, what am I going to do for my 30th? What am I going to do before I turn 30? Just because it's one of those social constructs of you do something before you're 30 because this is the hottest you're going to get. Every single day of your existence, that is the hottest you're going to be. or the youngest you're gonna be. So
They say your 30s are supposed to be the best years of your life.
I feel like
20s,
I'm either gonna crash
are...
and burn in my 30s or thrive. I feel like there is no gray zone. I feel like my 20s were very much a gray zone. My 30s are either gonna be really high or really low.
Okay.
Well, we'll find out.
What's the hottest
So
part?
I'm looking forward
so. I was
to my not the hottest. I meant the youngest. That
okay. Yeah, because I was like,
you're gonna be your youngest today, so don't try to waste it.
Okay.
And music. Wait,
I was gonna say, yeah.
song.
Technically, we're in final remarks, so if you have any music recommendation, just go for it.
Was it this one?
Mm.
I think there's a song about. One Whole Me by Dev Lemons. It's a cute song. It's cool.
One whole.
It is. I feel like I've heard it maybe like twice now. It's. I don't know. I don't know if Richard will dig it, but it's alright. I'm trying to think. I feel like there was another song that I was listening to. I was listening to my Discover Weekly today. Finally, I feel like I need new music. And there was one song that I was listening to, but I only heard it once, and I was like, okay, I can vibe with this, but I need to like rehear it. Just I don't know about you guys, but I have to listen to new songs
a couple
at
times.
least 2 to 3 times. Then I'm like,
before you determine if you like it or not.
Yeah, unless it's like a for sure, like right off the back, just bang.
Yeah,
Then I'm
yeah.
All right, let me think about it. But yeah, I guess I would say One Whole Me by Dev Lemons. Maybe that's like a little iffy there, but yeah.
Okay, Steve. Goals, I guess technically / what is I guess kind of the plan.
What are you thinking of for your future?
What is like
anything you're looking forward to that's a little bit more life viewed, I guess.
No, I don't think I have anything. I think I've made my peace with this.
Are we gonna plan any big trips?
I mean, that's
another thing. If you don't
will.
have anything, like, do you guys want to plan a big trip?
Maybe. I mean, that's more of like in the future talk. I mean, if I do, then definitely it's like planning something out of state. But that's with you guys, but obviously, or even in state, whatever. Like just something that includes us being on a plane going somewhere for a few days.
We should go to San Fran.
Yeah,
that's a drive.
I'm down for that though.
I don't know.
Whatever. We've been talking about planning a trip for like forever now. We need
to do Vegas again. We should do Vegas like every year, I feel like, because we can kind of afford that, if I'm going to be real. It's not too expensive for us.
And we don't always have to do the same thing.
Yeah.
I think every year we've done something different.
I feel like there's also like different. We were always with like a different sized group or different people.
Yeah.
That's been nice so far. We should keep that going. Next year.
Just invite more
people. We should actually hang out with Miguel. And then we should invite Emily. And we should also invite whoever Emily is with at the time, because she's like, doing her thing, vibing, existing. Go Queen, do you? Love you. Yeah, every year we should have a different like batch of people with us. That'd be cool.
Okay. It's kind of how it's been.
If you guys know us and you're chill with us and we're chill with you and we've hung out, hit us up in the DMs if you're down for like Vegas and shit.
I like how I still haven't mentioned anything about it.
Yeah. But like, I know you don't really like, because you said you have goals. Okay, so like, what are those goals? Like, what is exactly that you have?
Just be more financially stable with a lot of things. I'm so like for sure this year is like this year like I said, I've made my peace with 2022 beyond its limit of serotonin that I've taken in for this year, and it was fun. It was chill. It was a thrill. But
you sucked the soul out of 2022.
2022 sucked the soul out of me for sure. But I think for sure, like the two big things, just like, just crawl out of debt more, or indefinitely, just completely out. So financial stability, and then I do want to take a second step into like my fitness. I do want to get like I really have been like slowly falling into it more and more, and it's like as time goes, I'm like, okay, I'm starting to see it, I'm starting to feel it, and I'm starting to know exactly like what I need to do and how to do it. So
I'm pretty sure I'm going to try to take up cardio in February or something. I don't want to be one of the first people that are going to be in the gyms or doing anything super active, because I feel like if there's like a communal and like hive mind agreement that whenever you do that, everything you kind of like fall off at some point. I feel like I'm just going to try to be just focused on cardio. I just want to lose weight. I don't give a shit about muscle. I'm gonna be real. As long as my bottom half is nice and semi-toned, my legs still look nice and thick as they are right now. Just a little bit more like grippable. I'm down for that
I
shit.
hate the end of the year and the beginning of the year for the gym because it's so fucking jam packed with people who are I get it. Look, it's like if you want to go and do it, but it's like fucking do it. If don't just fucking sit there and be on your phone.
Then don't take the space if you're not gonna actually.
I waited 20 minutes to fucking just get a bench yesterday because some guy was on his phone. Puts weights on. I was like, "Oh, are you done with this?" He's like, "Oh no, I just started." I was like, "You've been on your phone for 20 minutes."
He said that's his face, and then they started making out on the bench.
And then like there's some dude that asked me, he's like, "Hey bro, can you like spot me?" I was like, "Yeah, I got you." I was like, "Let me fucking at least do something."
And then you got really low in your balls.
And I was like, no.
I just want the gym to be hyper,
but for sure, I think my only two goals is just financial stability, and then just my fitness. Like I do want to take that extra step. Like I want to be able to not touch my back.
When you say fitness, I feel like I'm not as annoyed. Not because it's you, but it's like you've been doing your fitness long enough where it's like, yeah, that seems like a reasonable thing to say. It's not like some random Tom and Jane or whatever just saying it. Just they've never been, and that you know that they're not really gonna commit. So you kind of tell when someone says, "Oh, I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna be summer 2023 ready." It's like, yeah, I bet. I totally bet. Yeah, no, I feel that. You want to get
more tattoos.
You want to get some beer later?
That's what I want. More tattoos. If we don't do a trip, that money's going into a fucking. I'm at least doing 3 more on this arm by the end of by 2023. I want to have at least this covered. This covered and
getting a tattoo this year, but it's gonna be small. It's not gonna be anything big. It's gonna be like,
oh no, I'm doing my arm. Like
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna do like a fucking Nazca fucking tattoo. I really love that movie. I watched it again, and that shit was awesome. I forgot how fucking.
So you're actually smiling. You're not frowning.
All right, we get it. I compliment you one time, and you fucking take. You don't take the mile. You take the whole fucking building.
You like that?
All right, Richard.
Take the whole fucking.
Ew. I hate it here. I like how Lee was like on his tangents and then he went on this whole other thing. I'm just like here trying to keep up with both conversations. I was just like, okay, well, all right.
But what you get for both of them then?
And you need to shut up. And Lee, you right. I don't know.
I thought he was gonna double down and be like, you need to shut up too.
No. I don't know. Whatever. Okay. The main thing that I have kind of planned / I really hope comes into fruition by July of next year, should be able to get a new car. So
cool.
Yay.
So it's that.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's why he made the face about the trip.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying I'm like I'm gonna be kind of brokish for like the first half of the year.
That's cool, dude. We got the whole other half. Don't worry about that.
We don't even like doing our vacations during the summer and shit like that. We always do it in the winter or fall season because let's be real, the summer doing trips, unless you're going to a beach or some shit, that shit sucks.
But yeah, the only thing I was
every place is hot, muggy, or fucking humid.
I don't like being outside when it's hot.
The thing I was thinking about was my birthday. I'm like, fuck that. That just means whatever. This year's gonna be like a whatever type of.
What do you mean, dude? We'll take you out.
All right. And then second thing, I do kind of. Oh, I've been saying this for a while, but I want to get a new job. Just I'm tired of the space that I'm in. I'm one of those people where like I've been at a place for a certain amount of time, and if it gets super repetitive to me, like I want to leave. I want to do something new.
Isn't that every job?
Change is good, you guys. Try to have some type of change in your life, a decent amount of time or frequency, just so you don't stay stagnant. That's coming from someone that is very stagnant. Don't be me.
Yeah,
because change is good. People are meant to experience it. That's life. Mm-hmm. You're supposed to. That's like our survival instinct type of shit. It helps.
I was telling Miguel yesterday while you were gone, because not yesterday, 2 days ago, because he just asked me like, "Oh, what's going on?" And I'm like, I forgot what the fuck exactly he said. Whatever. Point is, the topic got brought up about like me wanting to get a new job, and I said like I kind of want to find something into actually like editing like professionally. Just because I actually have fun with it, and I feel like you
want to pursue that. Yeah.
So
definitely,
we'll see exactly what happens with that, and then
Richard edits all our.
You guys didn't know Richard is our editor and our fucking parent because we fuck up a lot.
I do actually really love the last episode. I like all the little edits, and especially the ending. The ending was my favorite part of that whole thing.
The whole thing was just fucking. It was just great.
Yeah,
it was dope.
So we'll see what comes out of that. And then last thing, and I've been saying this for the past year. What's it called? I want to actually put more time into finally making an album. I've been trying to in a way, but just things have been coming up, and it's just I wish I could put more time into it, but other things just have bigger priority at the moment, and also just I think it's putting like myself back out there in a sense of like, kind of being vulnerable with the music again.
With that space.
Yeah.
Steve, you had a question?
No, just that one more thing that popped in my mind because I didn't say it.
Oh, I was also gonna say. Also, it'd be cool if we recorded in person.
Yeah,
that'd be nice if we could try to transition to that. During the new year.
that was for sure like something I wanted like us to just even if it's just one or two like that. But
we'll do like an episode a month or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. But like it was like I think Richard and I had this conversation because right now he mentioned like him wanting to do his music. He's been talking about getting back into it. I want to get more into like videography. Like I feel like lately I've been finding myself like majority of my TikToks are that, majority of my things are that. Like
you're in the perfect state to do it. You want we got 5 different fucking weather biomes in one state. Like you got it.
So videography for sure is like that's something I definitely do want to like tap more into. Like I just I was like that. I don't know. I've been enjoying it. Yeah. I've been enjoying seeing it. I've been enjoying watching like every like different people's versions of like how they like interpret it, and it's like
it's fun, dude. Art is fun with whatever kind of form.
It's a very
This year will be about creativity.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Mm-hmm.
I think that's what 3 of us are gonna do this year.
Do you have a recommendation, Steve? Because I
do. It's "What You Want" by Danny Doyer.
Danny DeVito.
No. Danny Doyer.
What was it called?
What You Want.
What You Want.
By what Danny Dwyer.
Dwyer.
Very R&B.
Very R&B.
Very coffee shop.
Very coffee shop. All right,
that's where my music's been at, dude. That's where I've been at. Like my music's literally just been very coffee shop, Starbucks.
Okay.
Like it's just been
I want to change mine. It
you
was
can't
a song.
do that.
It was actually the song after it.
One.
I was looking at the 2 songs and I listened. I was like, yeah, I guess. But it's Beta
just
Club.
Two words,
Beta Club. 1 word. Shimmer Traps.
I've heard this one.
I actually like this one better. What was that?
I said I think I've heard this one actually.
The one that Steve put, or
the one you just said.
Oh, it's one of the songs that came from the Stepmom Daisy one, the radio that rolled afterwards. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
I do like the song. Yeah, better than the other one. Yeah. So Beta Club by Shimmer Traps.
Cool.
Yep, that one's good.
Just edit them out.
No, I can. It's just gonna be a second one. That's fine. We usually do like 1 or 2 anyway.
True.
All right. So then, last little thing also, it's not gonna be the biggest priority because realistically, I don't know. Like, I have the whole year / the year after that. I do have an event that might come up in 2014. So I want to start
2014.
Yeah. So I want to actually kind of start.
2014.
Yes. Oh fuck. 2024. My bad.
Oh, I was like, bitch, we're.
That's almost 10 years back. Anyway,
I was like very confused. What's happening?
That's I was a Chem Flog.
What's it called? It's just some possible reunion type of thing that might happen.
Family wise?
No, school wise.
Los Bookies?
Oh,
yeah. So
your high school reunion?
School reunion?
It's this choir thing that because my choir teacher, for his first 10 years he had this whole like reunion type of concert type of thing.
Oh, cute.
And he said to our class specifically, he said like I'm gonna do it again for the next when he hits 20, and then that's gonna be it. But he was like,
and are you part of that
as far as
year or whatever?
Yeah. Oh, it's like everybody from every single year that he's taught. So it's just like whoever wants to go.
Oh,
yeah. That's cool.
Invited?
I mean, I don't know yet.
It's a concert. Is that what it is?
Once details actually come out about it, yeah, sure.
Oh, cool.
Um,
Steve, I'll be your date. It's fine.
Okay.
Cool.
whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'll pick you up.
so
We'll make out.
I kind of want to just get my health back into where it was my peak, which was like 2019. So we'll see.
This man was-
exactly.
We're just going in the past right now. We're trying to We're trying to go forward, Richard. Jesus.
Well, because
2014, 2019.
No, you
this
want to
guy.
exceed the peak version of you in 2020.
Sure.
You
is
want to
what
be
he meant.
better than your 2019 self.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes. Exactly. Okay.
Yeah, fuck that little boy version of you.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, music recommendation. First one I will say it's probably a more popular one. Japan by Yacht Club. Yacht is
Oh,
spelled
wow,
Y-O-T
okay.
Club.
Yeah, I already know the song.
Good song.
You showed it to me.
Did I? I don't remember.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But what's it called? It's by that one. It's by the same band that did that "You Know What I Mean" song. That's like super slow, but this one's actually pretty like jumpy slash. I guess I would say like
The album picture for this is really fitting. It
Yeah.
is very much a Wednesday Addams beach song.
Yeah,
for
basically.
sure.
Mhm.
I can see you're vibing to this.
hmm And then the other song that I want to say is by this group that I found on TikTok. It's think disco funk. They're called.
What's it called?
It's called "Let Me In" by Telula. Telula. Honestly, just a groove, like really just a vibe. I found them on TikTok, and honestly, I fuck with their music a lot. So, yeah, shout out to them. And I think that's all I got. Anything else from you guys?
I think if like one thing I think we could leave off is like, if anybody's gonna take anything from this year, or if you have your resolutions, your goals, whatever next year's, I think like the one thing I could recommend for anybody is step out of your comfort zone. Because I think that's something that holds a lot of us back, including us three, for a lot of our creative aspects and a lot of like just things we want to achieve or things we want to do is step out of your comfort zone. Like once you're out of that comfort zone, then everything else becomes a breeze to you. It's like, I know that it's happened to me. I know it's happened with Rich, and I know it's happened with Lee. We get stuck in our bubbles. We get comfortable, just how Richard was explaining, getting a new job. A lot of people are still at their old jobs because they're too comfortable. And it's like, don't be afraid to step out, take the risk, do something new for yourself, because two things come out of it. Either you strive and achieve and you make something new out of it, and then you have a great rest of your fucking year, or that one fails, you get right back the fuck up and you do it again, you know? So it's like, I think that's just my advice for anybody and everybody going into 23, no matter if your goals are big or small, is fucking just do it. Like I think I've taken that to heart, where it's like, just do it.
I was thinking it's like those TikToks where it's like just do it, take the jump.
Oh,
and it's just like,
nope,
that's not for
not
our
for you,
side of
not-
TikTok.
Wrong side of TikTok. Wrong side of TikTok.
Yeah.
Keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. Find the cat video. Find the cat video.
One
They must have that algorithm. Jesus Christ.
All right. Anyway,
Yeah.
thank from us three. Have a good happy New Year. Hope you had a great Christmas holiday season. Well, hopefully, this year coming up brings you lots of blessings, whatever it is that you hope to achieve. Don't forget to
Loading them
like, subscribe, comments, letting us know, what maybe you have planned for 2023. And yeah, that's it. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys, and we will see you next year.